Here's something that will mess with your head. The guy pulling up to the car dealership in a brand new $60,000 truck, he's probably not rich. And the guy driving a 5-year-old Honda Accord with 200,000 miles on it? There's a decent chance he has more money than you think. That's not a coincidence. That's a pattern, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Today we're talking about cars, specifically why the people who can most afford a new car almost never buy one, and why the people who can least afford it are first in line at the dealership every single weekend. This is one of the most reliable signals of how someone thinks about money. Not how much they make, not where they live. How they handle the car decision tells you almost everything. Let me start with a number that should bother you. The average new car payment in the United States right now is around $730 a month. $730. And that's just the payment. That doesn't include insurance, which goes up when you drive something new. It doesn't include registration fees, which are higher on newer vehicles. It doesn't include gap insurance, which the dealer will absolutely try to sell you. Add all of that up, and you're looking at $1,000 to $1,200 a month, every single month, just to drive something with a new car smell. Now think about what that money could do. $730 a month, invested consistently in an index fund over 20 years, at historical average market returns, turns into something close to $500,000. That's not a typo. A car payment, redirected into an investment account, builds $500,000. Instead, most people hand that money to a lender and watch the car lose 30% of its value in the first 2 years. That is the trade wealthy people refuse to make. Here's why this matters so much. A car is not an investment. It is a tool that goes down in value the second you drive it off the lot. The moment you sign that paperwork and pull onto the street, you have already lost money. Not a little money, a lot of money. A new car depreciates roughly 20 to 30% in the first year alone. If you finance a $50,000 vehicle, by the end of year one, that car might be worth $35,000. You owe more than it's worth. You are now underwater before you've made 12 payments. Wealthy people understand this at a bone-deep level. They are obsessed with the difference between assets and liabilities. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out. A new car financed with debt is a liability on top of a liability. You're paying interest on something that is actively losing value. That is financial physics working directly against you. So why do people do it? Because we've been sold the idea that the car you drive is a statement about who you are. Car commercials don't sell transportation, they sell identity. They sell the feeling of success, freedom, status. They show attractive people driving through beautiful landscapes, looking like they have everything figured out. They don't show you the payment book. They don't show you the insurance bill. They don't show you sitting in traffic in a depreciating asset while your net worth goes sideways. The emotional sale is incredibly powerful. People feel judged by what they drive. They feel like driving something older or cheaper says something bad about them. And that insecurity is worth billions of dollars to the automotive industry every single year. But here's the reality check. The people actually judging you based on your car, who are those people? Are they your boss? Are they your clients? Are they people whose opinion you should actually care about? Or are they strangers in traffic who forgot you existed 10 seconds after you passed them? Rich people, genuinely wealthy people, largely don't care what other people drive. They're not impressed by your car payment. Warren Buffett drove a used Cadillac for years before anyone convinced him to upgrade. He still lives in the same house he bought in 1958. Mark Zuckerberg has been photographed in a Honda Fit. These are not men trying to impress anyone with their vehicle. They already won. They don't need the car to tell people that. And here's something that doesn't get said enough. The neighbors with the shiny new trucks and the luxury SUVs in the driveway? A lot of them are broke. A stunning amount of high-income earners are completely cash poor because their lifestyle expenses, car, house, vacations, clothes, eat every dollar they make. High income does not equal wealth. Wealth is what you keep. Wealth is what grows when you're not spending it. The financial concept at play here is called the wealth illusion. It's the gap between looking rich and being rich. Looking rich costs money. Being rich requires you to stop spending money on looking rich. Those two things are in direct opposition to each other. Now let's talk about the math of used cars specifically, because this is where it gets interesting. A 3-year-old vehicle has already absorbed the worst of its depreciation. The first owner took the hit, usually 15 to 25% of the purchase price, gone in the first 3 years. When you buy that car at year 3, you're getting a vehicle that still has most of its useful life ahead of it, at a price that reflects someone else's loss, not yours. Most modern cars, maintained properly, run comfortably past 200,000 miles. You're not buying someone else's problem. You're buying a vehicle that already proved it works. The sweet spot most financially savvy people target is vehicles that are 2 to 4 years old, off lease or gently used, with moderate mileage. You get modern safety features, modern technology, a solid remaining lifespan, and you pay 30 to 40% less than the sticker price of the new. If you can pay cash, even better. No interest, no lender, no one owns a piece of your vehicle except you. The difference in insurance costs alone is significant. A 3-year-old car costs less to insure than its new equivalent. It also has lower registration fees in most states, which are typically based on vehicle value. These are real dollars back in your pocket every single month. Now, none of this means you should drive something unreliable or unsafe. That's a false choice. A reliable used vehicle from a reputable manufacturer, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, with a clean history report and a pre-purchase inspection is not a risk. It is a rational economic decision. The wealthy are not driving junk. They're driving smart. There's also a psychological freedom that comes with not having a massive car payment. When you don't owe $700 a month on a vehicle, your financial pressure drops. You have options. If you want to take a risk on a business idea, you can. If you have a bad month, your fixed expenses don't crush you. Optionality is one of the most underrated forms of wealth, and a paid-off, reliable used car buys you a lot of it. Let's also talk about what happens when you do this repeatedly over a lifetime. Because this isn't a one-time decision, it's a habit. The average American buys around 9 cars in their lifetime. If each of those purchases is a new car with financing, the total interest paid, depreciation absorbed, and opportunity cost lost is staggering. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars over a lifetime, easily. Some estimates put the total lifetime cost of always buying new financed cars at over $500,000 when you factor in what that money could have compounded into instead. Flip that. Buy used every time. Pay cash when possible. Keep each car longer, 10, 12, 15 years. Maintain it well. The financial outcome is completely different. You're not rich because of any single car decision. You're rich because of the cumulative effect of making that better decision 9 times over 40 years. That's how compounding works. Small right decisions, repeated consistently, produce massive outcomes. Here's the reframe that changes everything. When you see a wealthy person driving a modest car, don't feel bad for them. Don't assume they can't afford something nicer. Recognize that they made a decision to keep that money working for them, instead of surrendering it to depreciation and a lender. The car is not the prize. The car is just how they get from point A to point B. The prize is everything else that money is building while they're driving. The broke person sees a used car as a sign they haven't made it yet. The wealthy person sees a used car as a sign they understand how money actually works. Stop buying status. Start buying assets. Drive something reliable. Keep your monthly obligations low and put the difference to work. The new car smell fades in 2 weeks. Compound interest doesn't. If this hit different, smash that like button and subscribe to Fuel Your Wealth for more straight talk money content. We drop videos like this regularly. No fluff, just the stuff that actually matters. This is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any financial decisions.